Greetings everyone, good afternoon, and thank you for joining this webinar, Family Office KPI, the elephant in the room problem. My name is Yuri Kolarov, I'm CMO at FundCount. I'm based in Munich, Germany, and it's already evening, and there's Oktoberfest in the streets, so you can probably hear it. I'm sorry about that. This webinar will take 15 to 20 minutes. You can ask your questions using the question panel on your screen, and I'll try to address all of them at the end of the webinar. Also, there will be a recording, and you'll get it shortly after. In the beginning, I want to say a few words about our company because probably it's your first time interacting with us. FundCount is an international company that provides IT solutions for investment accounting and reporting for family offices, asset managers, private equity firms, as well as hedge funds and fund administrations. We've been working with family offices for approximately 20 years, and our clients include some of the biggest family offices in North America and the Asia Pacific region. But today, we are not talking about IT solutions. In more than 20 years of working with family offices, we have found that probably the most frequent and intricate question that goes through the minds of family members is, where is my money? Families have so diverse asset portfolios and complex legal and tax structures that the time needed to collect, consolidate, and reconcile the raw data and then build NAV reports takes weeks, if not months. Family members cannot obtain information about their wealth quickly and with the required degree of accuracy. Obviously, this affects the ability to respond rapidly to a changing market landscape. This is mainly due to data management. If you don't know where your money is at a touch of a button, you cannot stay ahead of the curve. But the problem of answering this question, where is my money, lies not in the level of automation or the quality of the software, but in the adequacy of internal processes and the quality of and speed of data presentation. The real value of the family's money is determined by how quickly and accurately family members can access and manipulate the data. So in early 2020, we started thinking about how to help families answer this question better and faster, and for family offices to find areas of improvement to support their families in having that information they need on time and with a high level of service. Thus, in 2020, the Family Office KPI tool was born. It was meant to be a simple yet insightful tool for families and family offices to assess the quality of their internal business processes and data. In 2021, we began discussing the approach with our clients, family offices who agreed to be early adopters. We accumulated an impressive amount of data over 2 years and launched this tool for everyone in the middle of this year. The most curious fact was that we had data from family members and family offices. We decided to compare two views on the same thing, and here Pandora's box opened. Before we move on, I want to briefly explain what the Family Office KPI tool is and how to use it. So Family Office KPI tool is an online questionnaire comprising fewer than 50 questions with a range of answers from 1 to 5 each. The questions are divided into two groups, reporting excellence and financial control. Each of two groups consists of the 5 business impact categories that we call them. In reporting excellence, we have reporting efficiency and speed, reports accuracy, business insight, reports agility, and data presentation. In financial control, there are controls, costs, processes, governance, and people. Each category has several questions. And after completing the questionnaire, the user receives an individual report analyzing their KPI in reporting excellence and financial control, and a breakdown of all 10 business impact categories. The KPI score ranged from 0 to 100, and the category scores ranged from 0 to 20. Since we collected several hundred of responses over 2 years, we calculated the average KPI for the entire industry, and it scored 53 points out of 100. This means the whole sector rates the quality of business processes, data, and reports as average, pretty close to the midpoint. But then we decided to analyze the responses of representatives of family offices and family members separately. And the incredible happened. It was expected that answers from families and family offices did not match. At the end of the day, families are clients to family offices, and clients always want more. And the service providers always think they provide the best service in the world. So families and family offices were expected to disagree. The average score from family offices was 61, What do you think family members respond on average? You'll see a poll on your screens in a second. Please pick one of the options. Okay, thanks. So the consensus was 50. And your responses vary, but 50 was picked the most. But you're all wrong, because the real average score was even less than the lowest value we had in the poll. The family's average was 37, almost a quarter of the full scale less than the family office's view. So family members have 1.5 times less positive attitudes on how their family office works and comparing to the family office's view. It's not about data error or statistical irrelevance because we have accumulated hundreds of responses. The problem is clearly in a different perception of the same thing. While family offices think they provide complete and insightful reports to families on time, family members believe it's far from them. The results were even more telling when we continued this exercise and looked at the gaps in each business impact category. The gap was almost a third of the scale in some categories, such as reports accuracy, controls, internal costs, and the quality of internal processes. This means that, especially in these categories, there is little to no consensus between families and family offices about what a family needs and what a family office can offer them. It's interesting that for the reporting excellence part, which is on the right, on the left, sorry, the difference between family and family office scores is generally less than for the financial control part, which is on the right. We think the reason here is that family members are usually much farther away from IT and modern reporting technologies, so they are simply unaware of how it could be or should be with modern reporting tools. When it comes to financial control, well, family members are much closer to that, so they see more gaps, inefficiencies, and errors. We had a conversation with a patriarch of one US family. He's a very open gentleman who does not mince words. And he told us the following: guys, I wouldn't say I like family business meetings because all family members expect insights and ideas from me. What to do, where the money is, where the risks are, what the expenses are, but I can't say anything because I receive financial statements and NAV reports from these guys. He actually used another word, meaning his family office. 3 months after it was already wholly late. I look stupid in meetings and I don't want to. Another feedback we received just a couple of days ago. Our manager was talking to the head of Singaporean family office and its chief financial officer. These gentlemen raised the topic of hostages. They were looking for more resilience from the family office team. They realized that if anyone in the group goes off, the whole family office's work would stop. It's not a secret that in many family offices, manual work prevails, and the people are the keepers of data, not databases, not the software. And it's clear that a far-seeing manager wants to reduce considerable risks in this situation because they don't want to be hostages of their teams. So we built something we call a gap pyramid for families and family offices. The key reason for the service gap between the family's expectations and the family office's capability is the lack of transparency in understanding the family's requirements and the lack of feedback regarding the status quo from the family side. In turn, this is the lack of expectation management on both sides. Regular discussions of the needs of both parties could facilitate this lag, but such dialogue usually does not occur. Why? Well, because to make this dialogue meaningful, the parties need to have a baseline to lean on. Not having the baseline or the starting point makes the problem avoided by both parties. So, how to close the gap? Family office operations is a unique part of a family office, which serves the only client, the family, and is the only service provider for the family. This relationship is a kind of monarchy with a monopoly based on hegemony on the one side of the scale and trust on another. It often runs without any external audit, which assumes unique challenges for both families and family offices. In such a controversial marriage, clear communication is the key to success. Not having it might be the reason for costly failure. The FundCount Family Office KPI tool helps establish that bridge for two-way communication between the client, the family, and the service provider, the family office. And most families and family offices often overlook the critical need for that. We're happy to help families and family offices find that digital baseline with our KPI tool. It's available online, it's absolutely free, and we are not selling anything here. Like Volvo, which brought the 3-point seatbelt into the public domain, we want to help families and family offices grow their wealth most effectively because it expands our market, our own market. So KPIs are designed to resolve this historical elephant in the room problem, the difference in views between family and family office on their expectations and the assessment of the significance of reporting and operational excellence and budget constraints, of course. The best result from using the tool is achieved when a family and its family office complete the assessment, then sit at the table and discuss scores and difference. By introducing KPIs to the family office demonstrates a commitment to transparency, clarity, and the highest level of service to their client. And by bringing KPIs to their family office, the family is helping themselves achieve a better answer to the question, where is my money? Thank you so much for your time. We have a couple of minutes for your questions. You can also reach me via email. You can freely use the family office KPI tool at kpi.fundcount.com. This QR code will also take you there. The recording of the webinar will be available shortly after. Now, I'm happy to answer your questions. If we have no questions, then it's time to assess your reporting excellence and financial control. Thank you so much. See you soon.